Review articles of learning styles consistently conclude there is no credible evidence that learning styles exist. In a 2009 review, the researchers note the contrast between the enormous popularity of the learning styles approach within education and the lack of credible evidence for its utility is, in our opinion, striking and disturbing. If classification of students' learning styles has practical utility, it remains to be demonstrated.
What we're expecting is, if your style was honored, you're going to perform better than if you had some experience that conflicted with your style. And this is where we don't see any support for the learning styles theory.
One of the reasons many people find learning styles so convincing is because they already believe it to be true. For example, they may already think that they're a visual learner, and then when a teacher shows them a diagram of, say, a bike pump, and suddenly the concept clicks, well, they interpret this as evidence for their visual learning style.
You already believe that learning styles is right. When you have an experience, the first thing you think is that in some way consistent with learning styles? And if it is, you don't think further.
When in reality, that diagram might just be a great diagram that would have helped anyone learn. When we already believe the world to be a certain way, then we interpret new experiences to fit with those beliefs, whether they actually do or not. So if learning styles don't improve learning, then what does? Well, there's a large body of literature that supports the claim that everyone learns better with multimodal approaches, where words and pictures are presented together rather than either words or pictures alone.
Now there's going to be words as well as the picture. We're going to see if this is any better.
This is known as the multimedia effect, and it explains, in part at least, why videos can be such powerful tools for learning, when the narration complements the visuals. Duck. Art. In my PhD research, I found explicit discussion of misconceptions was essential in multimedia teaching for introductory physics.
How many is that?
6.
6. Okay, that's good.
That is a whole 50% better. Do you think that was easier than?
Yeah, with the words. Yeah, 100%.
Ultimately, the most important thing for learning is not the way the information is presented, but what is happening inside the learner's head. People learn best when they're actively thinking about the material, solving problems, or imagining what happens if different variables change. I talked about how and why we learn best in my video, The Science of Thinking, so check that out. Now, the truth is, there are many evidence-based teaching methods that improve learning. Learning styles is just not one of them. And it is likely, given the prevalence of the learning styles misconception, that it actually makes learning worse. I mean, learning styles give teachers unnecessary things to worry about, and they may make some students reluctant to engage with certain types of instruction. And all the time and money spent on learning styles and related training could be better spent on interventions that actually improve learning. You are not a visual learner, nor an auditory learner, nor a kinesthetic learner. Or, more accurately, you are all these kinds of learner in one. The best learning experiences are those that involve multiple different ways of understanding the same thing. And best of all, this strategy works not just for one subset of people, but for everyone. This part of the video was sponsored by Google Search. Now, there are lots of topics out there that are controversial, like learning styles, for example.
Okay, girl, check this out.
Wow. Whoa, how? I thought you went to school for business.
Yeah, I did.
How did you do that?
With Diplom. It's so easy. You just pull from your library of animation, sound effects, music, and designs, and it basically does all the work for you.
Я тоже. Ладно.
Do you mind playing it without the stuff on?
But if we just open this one, like please.
Let's see. Kind of like in my last video, I spent a decent part of my lifetime filling 88 actual hammers on the piano. I ended that video with asking you what you want me to do with it next. And after answering 4,000 of your comments, I kind of regret asking you for ideas. You wanted me to hire a pro classical pianist and in some way record the pianist's genuine reaction when finding out that this is not a regular not only that, he wanted me to get the pianist to prepare Beethoven's Hammerklavier Sonata just for the meme of playing that with actual hammers. But it gets even more complicated. At the same time, I need to explain why they have to come over here, why we speak English in Sweden, and why it's a camera recording that, which leads us to the biggest problem. Today we're going to do something. What's up, YouTube? Yeah, this is not a prank channel. Okay, so let's figure this out now together. If you follow my channel, you know that I attempted something similar with a piano technician, but it failed, because he already knew I was trying to trick him even before he got here. But that's probably because the phone call sounded kinda suspicious. Yeah, I'm actually sitting by the piano right now, so maybe I can play something right now.
You're the guy with the guitar strings, right?
So let's go the email route this time. After many hours of thinking, I came up with an email that could explain everything. This is what I wrote. I want to watch you play, and I will videotape it for later. I'm kidding. This is what I wrote. I told him that I was a German engineer who modifies pianos. And since I'm just an amateur pianist myself, I need someone else to record a demonstration of the piano for me. Then I can use that to pitch my piano to companies that makes digital versions of rare pianos and sell it. But you and I know that the camera's not really there to film the piano. I sent this email to pro classical pianists from all over Sweden. Now all I need to do is wait. After one day of waiting, I got my first response. Hi. I can't say yes to about making a commercial product without knowing more details. What equipment will you record on? Microphone? And which studio? Also, what piano will I be playing on? He probably expects me to say like, we're playing on a Steinway & Sons B211. You know what my piano is called? Fox and More. Hi, you really play on a Fox and More. So I decided to wait for someone else. The next day, a wedding company called me up, and they said that none of their 10 pianists agreed to learn Hammerklavier Sonata for me. So already here, it felt like it was over. But later that day, this happened. Hi, Matthias. What an interesting inquiry to get. Of course I can help you with this. So I booked her instantly. She lived 80 kilometers away, and all in all, this would end up costing me $400. But if she can play this, I think that's a pretty good deal. But I started to dig a bit deeper into her profile after I booked her, and apparently she had a master's degree in fine arts and has worked for many big Swedish operas. And her list of merits just kept going. And that terrified me, because I'm the idiot who tries to prank her. So the pianist will be here tomorrow, and I have to be honest with you, I have so much anxiety, and you might say, what's the worst that can happen? Don't try to psychologist me. I told a few lies, which I don't feel good about. She could be like this. Ooh, why are the keys so heavy, Matthias? I have a carpal tunnel syndrome, and I will be like, or, oops, or she will just be like, you don't sound very German to me. What? I did not expect this. It's the sponsor of this video, Atlas VPN. I know what y'all think. No, I don't, but your internet provider probably do, and that's why you need a VPN. A VPN lets you remain anonymous by encrypting your data and hiding your virtual location. In simple terms, it masks your identity while you're online. I will show you something. This is their email breach scanner. By inputting your email address, you can see how many times your data has been stolen in breaches. Mine has 19 times, which is bad. The good news is that Atlas VPN can notify you in case it happens again, so you can change your password before anyone steals your account. All of this is great, but we can't have a VPN sponsorship without mentioning Rick and Morty. There's so many Netflix shows out there which isn't available in your country because of geo restrictions. And if you move from the US to the UK just to watch Rick and Morty, I have bad news for you. You could just use a VPN to change your location virtually. All you have to do is give them money. If you get their 3-year plan right now, you will only be paying $139 per month. That's literally a little while, but
How long have you been with that?
5 years.
Okay. 5 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the piano, and yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know, do you like do a warm-up before you start playing, or?
Bit maybe. And how do you want to make the recording? I mean, just play through or?
I really just need a recording so they can hear what it sounds like.
Sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is like an audition, but for the piano, basically.
Sound is piano sound still.
Kind of.
Nice.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Not yet. Let's. We can take a look at it
I
later.
got something wrong.
Maybe we can start. Okay, listen to this because I will do one of the worst embarrassments in my life soon. She laughed and he said, "He's the page turner." So I assumed that that was some classical version of "He's the triangle player."
This is my husband.
Welcome.
Page turner.
Oh yeah.
So is it okay if he will be on the
Yeah.
film as well?
Yeah.
But why is the helmet again?
Перейдя на удаленку, мы пытались сделать все как в офисе.
Because
I think it's amazing music.
yeah, it's I kind of like it, and I think it will sound pretty cool with this piano.
Work as a sound engineer or
I
looked at your homepage.
yeah, I kind of like take an old piano and like do changes to it to change the sound. So that's really good at it. Yeah. And this is where I realized that, wait, having a page turner totally makes a lot of sense because her hands are playing piano. So kind of in respect and like fascination for that they're doing this, so taking this so seriously, I say this. Oh, I thought you really had a page turner? That's pretty cool. So your job is just changing the pages, basically. I hate myself. Why did I say that?
Наверное, нет, знаем, да. Ну, да. Да. А бить хевер, наверное, нет? Ладно. Не так уж это и глупо. Да? Ну да, это. А чё, за $400 почему бы не сыграть? Сколько там евро, что ли, там, сколько там? Ну да. Такой звук еще, да? Металл. Она уже понимала, наверное, нет уже. По-своему просто как-то, да. Ну да, только да.
That was amazing. Do you mind playing without the stuff on? Like I'm talking about
The lid.
the lid and
Ah,
stuff.
no
I'm just
problem.
going to make sure that.
I just need to use it.
Yeah.
But if we just come just open this one like this.
Let's see. Can we kind of like to hear everything?
Because I think if we
First I assumed she didn't see what it was because the piano technician didn't see it first. Yeah, that. So it's definitely a bit different piano.
yeah, it sounds a bit like a quite like big cymbalist from the 1960s.
Yeah, actually this is like actual hammers from Claes Olsson
Okay.
that I put on. So that's yeah.
Heavy because it's metal.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe 10 times as heavy as the regular. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I spent like 10 minutes awkwardly struggling with the lid, and then she played a little bit with the piano open. You can hear the full version on Discord.
The sound was not open enough.
Yeah. I then explained that this is just a prank for a YouTube video to get permission to post it, and she was like, I was a bit curious how hammers on a piano could seem so normal to her, and she told me that it kind of made sense to put hammers on a piano, and this wasn't the first time she played on a piano someone had done weird stuff to, but they never did figure out that I was a silly YouTuber before they got here, which means the story is kind of working.
Man märker att det är svårt att spela svagt. Liksom. För då svarar det inte riktigt.
Nej, och snabbt kanske.
Ja, precis. Hade det varit ännu mer virtuost så hade det nog varit svårt. Liksom. Om man skulle spela Chopin-etuder, jag vet inte hur det... Alltså då hinner det inte med. Liksom.
So we have the recording, which is great. But I also want the reaction, and I know you want to, and that's why I love your click. So this video doesn't feel completed yet. But should I really hire another pianist? I would totally do it if more than 10% of you were subscribed. Okay, we do it anyway. But please subscribe. The problem was that I already sent out an email to every pro pianist within a 300-kilometer radius. And after 1 week, I still had no more responses. So I got desperate and started to contact pianists from Sweden's main capital. I know, it's a terrible idea making someone drive 500 kilometers for a prank, and then they have to drive 500 kilometers back again in tears in case they hate the situation I put them in. But that's kind of the worst case scenario. You're the one who told me not to think like that. After a few hours, I got my first response from a Russian school pianist who had studied piano in the Royal Academy of Music. She agreed to make the 10-hour drive, so I thought it would be a waste to pay her to only prepare one song. So with the help of you guys on Discord, I constructed a list of 5 challenging pieces. I sent it to her and got back an offer of $1,440. But after getting offers from a few other pianists, don't tell her, let's just say that pro pianists are kind of expensive. And of course you guys only pick copyrighted anime music, so bye-bye ad revenue. But I can only make this video once, so let's double down on this reaction and see it as an investment.
Как мне объяснить людям, что можно заговорить на английском за 2 месяца, занимаясь по 15 минут в день? Блин.
Right, and okay, so maybe you can try to play something and see if you can guess. If you're new to my channel, I quickly need to explain favorite piano brand made in the one factory he had his apprenticeship in. Yeah. Since then he hasn't answered my text messages. But I learned my lesson. New piano, new me. And that's the reason I didn't touch the strings this time. But my keys are kinda heavy. I guess we got a couple of piano take.
What are you up to now? Good tuning.
So while we're contacted them, and they sent over a special link, which is share.epidemicsound.com/. Okay, so maybe you can try to play something and see if you can
Okay.
guess.
Yeah. I know you said on the phone that you haven't done anything to the string.
I mean, maybe you wouldn't put anything.
What is this?
It's hammers.
It's literally hammers. Yeah, that's clever.
I bought them from Claes Olsson.
Oh, that's.
It took me like 300 hours to make that video.
Yeah. Oh. That's really nice.
You nailed it.
Thank you. I can feel right away that there's probably some problems with the action because there's so much more weight on these ones. Yeah. More useful than.
Wait, what is that? Is that a brand?
No, that's an old.
Wait, is that the piano recognition tune before?
Yeah, sometimes. About to let me, I know.
You do?
Yeah.
Maybe I should call him and ask him. I don't know what to ask him, but he tuned it, or did it?
He probably tuned it. Probably he put the tag on after a tune.
Like flexing.
Yeah, like
Showing off.
I usually leave my business card.
Yeah.
Some technicians have stickers.
Maybe he should engrave it next time so no it stays forever.
I think once I've seen a technician carve in their name and the date of the tuning into the iron frame. That's
Maybe I should do that.
no.
Can you just take 1 second to check this piano? I don't think you will be as impressed though. Yeah. No, don't open.
Okay.
Just check.
Right.
But we don't have to make it a big deal. Oh, it sounds so bad in comparison to the other one. It's not in tune, so yeah. That's not a good deal. Okay, can you guess what this one is? Yeah.
Well, it is.
But this one is like, I have all the strings for this one because Ernie Ball sent out like some extra one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it has some special,
Yeah.
like a bell like something.
Yeah. It's like a Celeste almost.
So, how are you going to tune this like a regular, or you're going to do It's a trap for piano text.
interesting with something very soft.
Okay, I have to tell you something. I'm really in the future here because I already have the two pro pianists here to play the piano, and I never told them about the hammers before they were here. So that's the next video, and if I were you, I would really hate to miss that video because I wasn't subscribed. And if even that didn't convince you, let's make a deal. I will answer all the comments in this video for 10 hours if you subscribe to my channel and join my Discord. So the Discord is really like behind the scenes for my videos and me asking for help about everything. So if you're into that, join it. And here's the rest of